Hey everyone, welcome to Pop XP. And before the show starts, make sure to click that subscribe button and click the bell to get notifications when we go live and we upload awesome new content. And don't forget, if you can, make sure to share our stream on all your social media outlets. We appreciate it, and thanks for helping us grow the Pop XP channel. Hey, what is going on YouTube? It's the brain of the mainframe here now, Scott with the Pop XP, and that's right, it's time for crowdfunding comics. We've got great campaigns, and I've got a great guest co-host, my buddy, my pal, Mr. Dan Plegel. What's going on, man? Come on.
Not much, man. I'm doing pretty good.
Awesome, dude.
No, I just you invited me over here to come hang out, and I'm excited to be here. And
well, I'm like, I want to hang out with my buddy Dan. You know. We tried a couple times. We had to cancel.
We did.
This, and now we got it here. You've got your dinner on your head. Looked like it was good. You got some leftovers there.
That's right. I've got a TUCCI'S special on my head here.
There you go.
Fresh from the woods.
Except his would still have like the blood running down.
It would. It would still
bone fragments or anything.
Be twitching a little bit.
So how have you been, dude?
I've been pretty good. Just been working on finishing up my campaign and trying to get back to doing some streaming again this year. So, and I'm doing it here with you and everyone else here.
And hopefully you'll be doing it quite a bit with us because you're fun to have on the stream. Hey. And speaking of some fun people to have on the streams, first off, back to the channel, our girl, one of our best friends. We've got Kara Nicole back in the house. Kara, welcome.
Woo!
How we doing?
And great.
You and the Lord is in the house, Mr. Lord Rawsome. What is going on, Brian?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Good, good. I love what you're doing with your hair. I like how everything just kind of flows in.
Yeah,
you know?
It's my COVID hair. I haven't really got it. Let it.
Nice. Well, we've got great campaigns tonight, guys. You guys all have some really fun campaigns. It's awesome. So Adam Lawson, as you guys know, he's one of the hosts on Pop XP. He actually is the one that introduced me to what Brian's been up to with Dwarves in Dwarves versus Lions. Some of his other stuff, very creative campaigns that you have going on, especially in some of the items that you give and how you package them. Very unique. Not a lot of other crowdfunders are doing it, especially when it comes to like nostalgia. So, Brian, man, I'd love to just talk to you a little bit on how crowdfunding has been for you.
My first crowdfunding campaign sucked. So I completely just... It was weird. My Facebook, Instagram, and everything was banned because Facebook said I was trying to influence the election.
Really?
The official ban that I got. So I spent 6 months building up a Facebook pixel to retarget people. And the day of my launch for tape 1, I literally pressed launch. 10 minutes later, I got a notification from Facebook saying I was banned from Instagram and Facebook. Or trying to influence the election. So I was like, oh, whatever. We'll just we'll see if we can do this old school. And it raised $1,200. And I was like, screw it. I'm just going to self-fund this, put it out there, do guerrilla marketing where I kind of just send out a bunch of free copies and see what I can pick up. And one of those fish I picked up was Eric July shared the comic on not only his show, but Neurotic and a couple other shows. And that kind of set the pace for tape 2, which went over its funding goal. Had a lot of support with Michael Bancroft, all that whole crew, and now with this campaign, it's on fire. We beat Bancroft's launch stream total. We did $5,200. We had to do 2 hours of streaming. He only does an hour. The chat was just on fire that he couldn't even keep up. It took an hour just for us to start looking at the campaign.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But I'm curious, what the hell are you posting that you were getting shut down like that?
So the first campaign we had, it was the post that they said was influencing the election was Aerith, our main character, was saying, it said something, don't vote for the old guys, vote for Aerith and tacos. And that's supposedly voting for tacos will get you banned off of Facebook.
Really?
Yes. And they turned my campaigns back on the day that I turned off the tape 1. It was timed, man. They just don't like tacos.
Yeah. Well, was it like a hard taco or a soft taco?
Well, hard shell taco is technically not a taco.
That's
That would be,
true.
we would call that white people food.
That's a white taco.
It's a holder of meat.
I like hard tacos. I do. Dan, do you like them?
I like me some nachos, but I'll eat a taco.
Yeah, nice. Carrie, you like tacos?
Love tacos.
Damn straight. Do you like hard tacos or soft tacos?
We don't do hard tacos. Those don't exist in our world. We use corn tortillas that have been cooked on a comal.
See, you know when you have a fellow Arizona in the panel because we don't do hard shell tacos.
Do you do chamayo dip or do you?
On every corner.
That's right.
Yeah. And Black Rose Comics, thanks for the super chat. Brian, can we get a roar?
God damn it, B Rose, we're gonna do this again. Roar. Now go back to your basement.
For $10, he'll do it with more oomph.
Oh no, I was doing really sissy roars for on Bancroft for B Rose.
We need an aggressive roar. Let's get that tail wagging on Dan's head. But let's check it out, man. So then you've got Dwarfs versus Lion, which is real. How the hell did you even come up with that one? I love that concept.
So 20 years ago, there was a fake BBC article going around about a midget fighting league, Cambodian midget fighting league, and they fight lions. The guy created a fake BBC page just so he could go and talk to his buddy in a bar going, who would win? And his friend said, oh, it'd be the lion. So he made this page to show that, no, the lion does not win. And it just became kind of a viral thing back in early 2000 around MySpace time. And I got a hold of it, and we were at a bar one night, and I go, hey, Brad, who would win, 50 midgets or a lion? And we spent 6 hours arguing arm length, average head, weight, average height, all this. You say, not only that, we had the bar split between team midget and team lion by the end of the night. And it has been an argument. And I have an ongoing spreadsheet of average lengths, weights, all these variables that we've come up with. And my goal, my bucket list is one day to create a program where I can run 1,000 scenarios and see who actually comes on top. So what I did is I just took the concept from that argument and put it into a comic book to where now the community, we're now calling this community funding, not crowdfunding, because the community actually decides what goes in the book, how it ends, what power moves happen in the book. You get 2 different covers depending if you're Team Dwarf or Team Lion. You get a different box whether you're Team Dwarf or Team Lion, and you get different goodies inside your box depending on what team you decide to pick.
Dude, that's awesome. That is awesome, man. I love how you got here what from Ethan Van Sciver. I'd buy this Shane Davis. It's actually pretty nuts. I was earlier today I was looking at really kind of this whole like chart thing that you're unlocking and everything. I mean, this is really intricate on how you've put everything together. Have you ever thought of could this go into the game realm?
Yeah, we are actually working on a board game for this after we do the next one, which is Dwarfs versus Junkmen, which is taking one of the villains from 656's comic, Escape or Die, and putting them with the Dwarfs too, a new batch of Dwarfs. And we have, once we unlock level 2, we'll start throwing monsters in the arena, but the community is helping us build the monsters. We've been doing live streams. They're helping us create monsters, deciding what's going to happen in this book. So it's really cool to actually have a choose your own adventure that is powered by the community through the backers. It's not just, hey, give me $25, you'll get your book in 6 months. It's, hey, give me your $25 and let's decide how this book actually ends.
Yeah. Now, when you're going in the realm of literally kind of choosing how the story is going to go, how do you? I've seen only one creator who couple years ago actually does a book that you kind of you choose your own adventure type deal. And I was looking at he had a binder of just every freaking scenario that he was putting together that you could choose, and it took him at least 2 years to fabricate everything. How has this process been developing really this world where you are allowing the readers to really kind of depict how this is going to go?
So the scoreboard you saw up top, we wrote the first 7 pages, kind of you'll see them below. where we're introducing the characters, and then we stopped before knowing what the first power move was going to be. So the first, kind of the yellow lines right there were the Dwarves' first power move and the Lions' first power move. Who was going to hit it first? So Dwarves hit it first, so we're writing in the story, the Dwarves do the first power move, then we'll do the Lions' power move. The next two power moves, though, botched. We're doing like a D&D thing where you can roll, you cast in a fireball, but the fireball could either fizzle out before it hits the enemy or hits you back. So those two botched. So now we're going to write those in after we write in the first two power moves. So that's kind of how we're doing it right now, is who gets to what first. We write up to that point, wait till the next part, write up to that point. And it's kind of like a daily process, but it's fun because as a creator, I don't know what I'm writing. And the artists that working on it, they don't know what they're working on yet. And they're kind of going, well, crap, I wonder what's going to happen. We have all these cool different ways of doing things. And then interacting with the community too. They're giving us ideas of how to do filler. So in between these two things, what can we do? And it's really been powered by the community and backers. We're just writing the text and drawing the images, really.
All right. Now maybe I'm having a blonde moment here, and I don't have much hair left, but it is blonde. All right. So we have these are your stretch goals in the middle, right?
Basically, yeah.
Basically your stretch goals. So, but we've got our dwarves, and then we've got our lions, right? And on either side. What is determining each?
So each one is being determined by every time someone buys a Team Lion box or a team or just a copy of Team Lion, the floppy, we're adding for every 100 points backed, they're unlocking a tier. So let's say it costs $300 to get to the next power move. Once Team Lion has $300 raised, we unlock that power move. Then they have 48 hours to raise another $300 in backers, or that power move becomes botched.
Oh, I got it. Okay, so you have, here we go. So you have your Team Dwarf box and your Team Lion box.
Right.
Whichever one accumulates the most within each tier.
Yep.
Gets the unlocked power move.
Right, and whoever has the most at the end will unlock their finishing move, and we'll estimate the other team.
That is freaking awesome. That is really cool. I like that. It's almost like crowdfunding gambling. I love this.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
We're hitting two vices, comic books and gambling at the same time.
Oh man, hey, we got any Coke? I mean, anyways, this is awesome. I love this. And Dan, would you be Team Dwarf or Lion?
I'm Team Lion all the way, friend.
Oh. Kara, if you had to choose, I'm sure you're not knowing, but would you be a Team Dwarf or Team Lion?
Team Dwarf.
Yeah? All right.
Team
wow.
Dwarf, yes, definitely.
Yeah. I don't know what to choose.
Not a lot of
I don't know what to choose.
You know you want that dwarf action.
I kind of, the dwarves are pretty badass. I have to say the character designs are awesome.
They're diesel
I might
powered.
be Team Dwarf on diesel powered. That's right. I might be Team Dwarf on this one, but this is going to come in like a board game style package.
Yeah, and a board game kind of. Well, we're basing the artwork for the boxes off of old '90s Nerf gun art, so it's kind of like that realistic cartoon style, and then you'd have the three images of, it's triple power action, stuff like that. So I had my daughter hold the 3D prints of the lion or the dwarf that we 3D printed, and she's just modeling them. We put her in some 90s glasses, and it says like, impress your friends with ultimate power, stupid stuff like that. And but depending on which box you get a different cover. If you're Team Lion, you'll get the cover that has Team Lion destroying the dwarfs with the Team Lion box, the Team Lion patch, and the Team Lion double-sided sticker, which you'll see a little down the way. We did have where you could buy advertisements. Those are pretty much gone. You could have bought yourself a dwarf in the in the series. Those sold out within minutes. And then here's some interiors that are not colored yet.
I like the interiors in black, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
this is badass. This is cool, man. I really dig this. I like the concept you're doing because it's fun, and it's different. It's different having that competitive edge to your campaign like that. You kind of do something similar. Kara, you do some like fan suggested things, right, in your campaigns?
Sometimes I have to be a little cautious because we have quite a few people who have very different ideas, and sometimes those ideas are way off. We'll get like, you should put Catwoman in there. Like, no.
See, that's why we keep it simple. Who's going to kill who? I mean, it's just that's
nice. Let's talk about your artist, dude. Your interiors are sick.
Yeah, Juanito, man, this guy was a ninja. He's been around the community for a while. I'm good friends with the Skivo. Skivo's we're going to be working on a 128-page manga-inspired side story for Aerith. And I said, hey, you think Juanito could do some concept work for me on a ashcan that I'm doing for another Aerith series? He goes, yeah. So worked with Juanito. He knocked these concepts out in a day, really freaking high-end quality. And then I asked Skibo, I'm like, hey, do you think he could do interiors? Do you think he could handle? Yeah, he's in the chat right now, Padrino. I said, do you think he could handle a full, 32, 48-page interior book? He's like, I don't know, but I'm pretty damn sure he could. We did the dwarf concepts. Freaking Padrino killed them. We did the first couple pages for the interiors, actually the covers, and he just did them. And I'm like, that sold. Like, dude, you're not leaving my side. You're on every project that we're working on. And I say it every time, the dude draws interiors like he's drawing covers. There's detail that he doesn't even need to put in there.
Great. Like, I love the panel work.
Yeah.
I really love the panel layout.
He's able to take, do 7-6 panels without it feeling like it's 7 and 6 panels.
Yeah, like just even it's the way it flows. That's like huge with me, man. I like first off, sequential art is like, I think it's ridiculously hard. Like, I don't think people understand how hard sequential art is, drawing, the same character over in different positions, trying to get everything, flowing properly. And the panel layout's great because it's not just like, boxes placed nicely. I love when the characters leave the space, right? I like that like fourth wall coming down type feel. And he definitely nails that with these interiors. Kudos, man. This thing is awesome.
I mean, he does borders differently. You see the one on the left bottom side where the border is not even the same size or outline as anything else. It's off-centered. It's great.
It's so cool. So cool. Damn, that is awesome, man. I don't really have anything bad to say about this. This is like a good thing. And these are your 3D print model?
Yeah, so our add-ons, you can get a 3-inch 3D print of the lion. It's pretty much a replica of Juanito's concept art. It's pretty bulky for a 3-inch print. We wanted to do 6-inch, but then we had to cut the pieces. I learned a really big lesson on our last campaign. Keep them within a certain box size. Because stuff gets pricey.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. And then you've got what I think is just like a holy grail, just fun piece to have is the NES cartridge.
Yeah.
That's like going to be like your thing, man. Like,
and that was, we weren't going to do it for this campaign, but Juanito again did a painting of that lion and posted on Twitter, and we were like, oh, we should probably do the cartridge again. I need to look for some art. And Oliver, our colorist and our letterist for Dwarfs vs. Lion, is like, use Juanito's painting, and we threw it in there, and it just worked. It looked like an old school.
It looks like an old Capcom.
Well, this is created by Capcom.
No, I know, but the old Capcom, right?
Yeah,
like
the old Capcom
nailed that, like the almost like Frazetta style painting
artwork
they had on their cartridges. It's
freaking awesome. What is that?
That's an NES cartridge.
Is it an actual NES cartridge?
Yeah.
That is cool. That is freaking awesome.
Oh, hey, Dan, there's a wild animal mating with your head. How old is that hat again?
This hat is, I think it's from 76.
Nice. Were you alive then?
Yeah.
You were?
Yeah.
You got a young face there, fella.
I'm doing all right.
What all the names say.
Nice. All right.
So we're doing shirts. We have the Dwarfs, Battle Cry, Kumashibuti. We have Bancroft, because Bancroft is one of the Dwarfs. His famous tagline, phenomenal. And that dwarf logo is actually going to be puff print. So the old 80s, 90s puff print stuff, we're throwing it on the shirts. We haven't seen people, playing with puff print recently. We got the double-sided shirts. One side is, the lion, and the back of it is the blood of the lion. just like our stickers. And we have the same for our dwarf. That's Mo Biggs, who's in the chat. He's the leader of the Dwarfs.
Nice.
And we have our limited edition all over print. We just posted the test prints on Twitter. We're only going to make 100 of these. So the first 100 people that nab these, you're going to get them, and they'll be one of a kind uniques.
Very cool, man.
And
this was the previous, right?
Yeah, those are the 2 previous campaigns. So you can do a catch up for people who didn't grab them on the last campaign, who are learning about us now. You can grab tape 1 and tape 2 at a discount price.
Yeah, I think Adam and I are doing an unboxing video for this to show off all, like, how you packaged everything, and then a book review.
Oh shit! Awesome.
Yeah, we're gonna do it, man. Don't hate us. No, I'm just joking. It's really cool stuff. He was showing it. He actually, I don't know if you saw, we did our first episode of Crowdfunding Comics Reviews, because we are, there's people have done some review stuff, but we feel like it really hasn't been taken super seriously, especially with, Comicsgate creator books. But even just other indie creator books that use other forms of crowdfunding, there's not too many reviews on their books. And we really feel people need to know the quality that's coming out from independent creators. Right. It's not, to see the comparison of, like, Kickstarter creators books to Indiegogo creators books to, whatever that other platform is that begins with a Z, where we really want to show what's out there. Cause so many talented creators out there, but we did show off. I think he did a quick opening of box 2.
Yeah,
right? Yeah, the black box 2. Yeah, we did that on the video, and then he's gonna finish reading everything, and we're gonna record our review for this. So we'll have that up on our channel hopefully in a couple weeks.
Nice. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that'll be fun, man. So yeah, that's pretty cool, dude. Anyway, and what do you got here? Crackheads?
Well, so first we're going to do stretch goals at 8,500. What we're going to do is we're going to dip the logos in blood and put blood splatter all over the covers, UV coat them, and emboss them. So that's our first stretch goal. Crackheads are secret unlocks, just like video games. You got to figure out the code to unlock these. So far, we've unlocked 3. And we took the blockheads template, printed them out, pre-scored on thin plastic. So you just pop them out, put them together, no printing. Now they'll kind of look more vinyl-y on your desk. So far, we've unlocked 3 of the dwarfs. We've got Forehead Dwarf, which was Bancroft, Mo Dwarf, which is Mo Biggs, and then Lord Crackhead. We have a bunch that still need to be unlocked. So
nice. Got a lot of good stuff in here. That's neat, man. And then too, you got that great that you're looking like doing like in a motion comic. Yeah.
So what we're gonna do is it's a thank you to the people who can't afford the comics but still share our stuff, and it's definitely a marketing move. The more people who see this, the more people are going to talk about it, the bigger we're going to be next time. So we're going to be launching after the physicals have been mailed out. We'll be launching once a week, 1.5 minute a piece of the comic book, animated and voiceover, professionally voiceovered with sound effects and everything.
Nice, man.
Wow.
Dude, hell of a campaign. Really love what you're doing. You got some real different, stretch goal items, levels, and things. I really like what you're doing here, man. This is great. It's definitely a step up, from Facebook and everyone trying to knock you down when you were getting everything else going.
Yeah. Tacos, man. Tacos.
Yeah, no tacos, dude.
That's crazy.
No tacos. But this is pretty cool, man. I like your packaging, how you take a theme. Like the theme of your book is also part of your package. Like everything is just uniformed,
Yeah, that's my product development marketing background that I just get very ADHD on when building these things.
That's awesome. Because like I know with like your other stuff, you kind of had that like 80s rock thing going with it, and you had the cassette box and stuff like that. And this obviously is like a game, right? It's a challenge. The death of the dwarves or the lion, and you've got like that old 80s board game stuff, style coming out and everything. And that dude, that's just incredible. I love seeing this stuff. And that's like even like with Kara's campaign, she always has really unique items and stuff, things I've never seen before. But as goes on, imitation's a form of flattery. People do pick up on these things, so you got to stay at the forefront of it. But dude, this really is freaking awesome, and these numbers got to go up. These numbers here got to go up big time.
We promised Eric the Guapo if we hit 20,000, we would do a what if ash can. So let's say Team Lion wins, we'll do a what if 12-page ash can, like a what if the Dwarves won, just so everybody's happy.
Nice. Now let me ask you, like, so where do you go from here? What would your fourth campaign look like? Is that even?
Fourth campaign, I'm already working on it. It's tape 3 for Aerith. We are we are doing some interesting things with paper. I'm leaving it at that because I've not seen anybody in the indie world doing it. We literally had to hire a paper engineer to come in and figure out how we're going to make some of this stuff work.
It's an origami comic book.
I didn't know. I didn't know there was such a thing as a paper engineer until our printer was like, "Yeah, we need to get a paper engineer in here." I'm like, "Okay, what's that going to cost?" So
I want to meet that guy. I have to get that campaign going. Have him come on.
Yeah,
I want to meet a paper engineer.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing. I thought you just were paper printer people, and so we're definitely doing that. We're taking the box up a level. We are working on hot stamp foil on curated cardboard and seeing how well that delivers too. So yeah, and we got a couple other things in between. We're going to do some smaller campaigns, and then we'll be working on that board game campaign probably at the end of 2023 or 2022. Sorry.
That's awesome. Now I want to ask you a question. Now, as an indie creator, right? And you start off, like you said, you had a marketing background. I think Adam was somebody deal with other type of merch style stuff, t-shirt things.
Yeah. So yeah, my wife owns a pretty large t-shirt company in the Spanish speaking world. So we do that. I used to own tech companies, stuff like that. Yeah, I'm basically now my main day job is manufacturing and product development for mine and my wife's businesses out of the house.
Oh, very cool. Now I have to ask, so obviously we've got mainstream comics in whichever direction they're going in. Do you guys even, with your creating, do you even look at what the mainstream's doing? Or are you completely just focused on, what you're creating?
I go at this in a startup mindset. You just have to get product out. You need to be the best product you possibly can be. If you're looking at the other guys, it's apples and oranges. They can't pivot as fast as you, but they can definitely dump money into things. So
yeah,
we're doing stuff that I don't even think they would even care about anyways. They're not going to do, their readers aren't going to decide whether a group of dwarfs or a lion wins a battle, or if they're going to do some crazy stuff with a cassette tape box and drop a soundtrack on top of it. We're just trying to do things to inspire other creators, and maybe they can improve. Chris Fisk, for example, he took the box. He now shrink wraps it. Guess what I'm doing our next campaign? I'm shrink wrapping. So it's kind of like, let's stack on top of each other and let's just make our stuff so cool that no one even cares about the mainstream anymore. They can't do what we do, but they can't pivot. Their budgets their cost is way too high to do anything cool.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's definitely nice, like yeah. It's like a boutique kind of custom market. That's what I love about the crowdfunding, because it's so personal, right?
Yeah.
And that's why we label it as like the new golden age for creators, because look at all the technology you have. Look how easy it is to literally produce a book out of your house.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got large format printers that you can get for $300. You can actually print your first comic book on your own. You could buy the Adobe suite for like $19.99 a month. I mean, things are just so much cheaper now with technology that it really is. The only thing you have to overcome is that fear of like failure, maybe, or something. Like people always have that like fear of like making that initial like investment and jumping in and just getting the idea across. But that's what's awesome, is you get to do what you want and your fans are involved, right? Like they're part of your journey. You're not going to get that in the mainstream world. You're not. You're not going to be able to go on a stream like this and, talk to Greg Capullo or whatever, anyone that you're into. And, it's not happening. But here you can, and the fans can actually influence the creator, because you're getting that like immediate, feedback on how things are going, what they're doing, what they like, what they don't like. I mean, this is like the best comic book market, I think, out there. All right, I'll shut up now. I just think it's a beautiful thing. I think it's a fucking beautiful
thing. I agree, man.
Yeah, totally.
And lastly, before we jump to Kara's campaign, I had to open the show with the music video. A, I love the freaking music. That's my style. And B, I love that animation, man.
Yeah.
Who put the animation together?
So it first was being done by a guy I paid up front, and he disappeared. So I had to
Nice.
find the cool thing is we have a studio, so the music was easy to do. That's not a problem. The animation, I found a guy on Fiverr because I tried Upwork. I tried my artist friends. They're like, dude, we don't do that. We don't do South Park art. So I hit up this kid. He just does caricatures, like very quick South Park stuff. I go, can you animate this? He goes, I'll try. And he was worrying the hell out of me because it took him 4 weeks past the deadline, but he eventually got it done. And
Nice.
I was so worried I was going to get burned twice. I don't like Fiverr. I was just like, I need to get this damn thing done. So we'll just gamble again. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. No, but it came out great. I think it's hilarious. It's eye catching. It's just, it's what you need. And, it's one of those videos I stayed and watched the whole thing. I didn't skip through it or anything. It was definitely awesome, dude. And, we're going to, my team and I will continue pushing your campaign through our Facebook, our Twitter, Instagram, and just keep trying to get as many people out there to back such a unique, cool campaign. And, I think I'm going to have to back the Dwarves. I think that's what I'm backing tonight after the stream.
Nice, man. Yeah, they're behind right now by 2 points. So
another line down.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I just want to be powered. I want that diesel powered dwarf action.
And Heroin, I'm Lithuanian, not Latvian, man. That would cause fights at a dinner table. That would cause fights at a dinner table.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, Miss Kara, you're back with another campaign. You're good. What are you, like a quarter? Every quarter we're getting a campaign from you?
Yeah. I do a couple of cosplays per year. I always do my calendar, and then I do another cosplay. So last year I did my card campaign, and the year before that I did Confessions of a Cosplay Diva. And then we always have Fire Bitch. And now we have Unstable Frequencies.
And this is a bit different, right? This is a new avenue for you guys.
Well, yeah, it's been in progress. So this is a horror anthology.
Ooh.
And if you know my work from Fire Bitch is superhero, but it's definitely comedy.
Mm-hmm.
So this goes in a very different direction.
Nice. You want me to start off with your campaign video?
Go for it.
All right, let's do it.
Why, hello. I am your hostess, and you will be filling my dreams with your screams. What is a horror story, if not our darkest fears and fantasies brought oh so close to life? Welcome to my world, where the frequency is unstable. And do be warned, if you go on, you may very well find yourself past the point of no return. I bring you 4 beautifully illustrated stories of a world not unlike our own. Terrors invade the lives of Ruth, Michelle, Dee Dee, and Natalia as they cross over the singularity into the world of unstable frequencies. The poignant and sexy art in these individual stories will fill your minds with dread and haunt your very being. Maverick artists have reached into their darkness and brilliancy to bring you this beautiful nightmare, while cosplay options will overwhelm you with their allure. We all deserve a little extra. And truly chilling stretch goals will be your reward for crossing the threshold into the land of torment and dread. Decorate your dwelling with ravishing scream queens from the pages of our Book of Shadows. Join me and cradle the fatal, where the frequency is unstable.
Nice. You had some.
Neat.
You had so many great pieces in there. Are those all a bunch of different variant covers and everything?
Some of them are, and some of them are stretch goal covers. We've got some mock-ups done. So, like, this is a cosplay version of the full thing. This is another cosplay piece. A new art piece. So we've got a lot.
Who did that piece there?
Which one? This one?
Yeah, the one you just put up.
So this was done by Gaurav Shivastavra, and nobody knows him, and nobody's used him, and so I can definitely hook someone up if they would
that's
like.
awesome.
New artist, new to the group here. This is an Alfred Trujillo, and this one was done by Hedwin Zaldivar, and we've got a Naughty Nice. So you can see it's kind of like a zombie rave. That's another one from Alfred. He draws a lot, and when it's your own.
Do
project,
they come with the Post-its?
If you would like them, just request them. I'll hook you up. Like, I'll give you a couple Post-its, bro. It's all good. I know your wife will get mad. So
Post-its.
Cosplay.
It's wife protection.
This is my favorite cover for this one. So what we did is we have the anthology that comes with all of the stories. The main book is going to have all the stories plus additional content. Then the variant covers for the Unstable Frequencies anthology will just have the stories minus all the extra content. And then if you want variant covers like this, we do have a few for the main one, but like this is from CB Zane. And there's a Naughty Nice of this, but this one is just for the story Dwelling of the Dead. So you can get each individual story. This is another Dwelling of the Dead. And you can get Naughty Nice. You can do like a build your own. So that's something I did on this campaign that I think is really, really cool. So basically what you do is you buy a box. You buy a shipping box. It comes with your base shipping to ship you a box. And you can fill it with whatever you want.
Really?
So that way you can just kind of build your own tier. Otherwise we would have like 1 million.
And that's a level they can select, is like build your own box? It's
like I was trying really, really hard not to say fill my box. This is an Ale Borgabello. This is the Naughty.
That is awesome.
Yeah, he does some cool stuff. This one's Marissa Pope. Yeah, and we've got a Naughty Nice of this one as well. So you can see the Naughty Nice, Marissa Pope. There's the Nice for the Borgabello. This one's called Sitting Pretty. This is a regarding Ruth story. So this is just for one of the stories. And I can give you a little bit of details into that. That's Trevor Grace. And this is based off of the Adam Hughes, Harley. And this is Courtney Rose. And that's Alfred Trujillo. This comes on a t-shirt as well, but not topless. So that's kind of like a little quickie from all the, samples I had made.
El Padrino wants to do a variant cover.
Well, you got to hit me up. My next project, I'm working with Artist Assemble, and we're doing a cosplay collector's card set.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So if anyone's into sketch cards, So this is kind of a Tales from the Crypt, Twilight Zone kind of a situation. And this is the hostess, and she will be introducing each story throughout the book.
Oh, nice. How many stories are in the book?
4.
4. Okay. And your interior is are all the interiors by different, like each story, is it done by a different artist?
Yes. And Alfred and I kind of went rounds about that. He's like, well, why wouldn't we use the same artist? We want it to have like consistency. And I'm like, no, I want the art to match the story. Because the stories are very, very different. They're in different parts of the world, in different time periods through life. So that's an interior piece from Alfred. And you can see we've got an koala bear in there, and we've got the Australian flag. And so you can see some of the interiors. Miriam Yasser did the colors, and Ariel Medel did the interiors, and that's for Blackbird Down Under. And that is a murder mystery of a girl in the 1980s in Australia.
Nice.
And she's running for her life while trying to solve this mystery.
And you wrote all 4 stories?
Yes, Alfred and I did. I do more of the actual physical writing. We do a lot of brainstorming, discussion.
Why Australia? Why Australia?
I don't remember, but it was probably an intoxicated reason. I think it was to expand on the world. It goes into, why not really why they're there. It just happens there. Now the teddy bear, that is regarding Ruth, and that is the story of a young woman who is an amputee. And back in the early 1900s and the late 1800s, if you were a motherless girl who was an amputee, they would put you in an asylum because that's just what they did. And it's interesting. There's a lot of flack going on in regards to, people that are handicapped being represented. And a friend of mine is absolutely thrilled by this story. Like he's an amputee. He's missing both of his legs and one of his arms. And he is thrilled that, people like him are being represented. So Ruth is a horror story based in an asylum in the early 1900s. And that's in like upstate New York. And there is a reason for it. And when you read the book, you'll be like, I have no idea what the reason is. Then I'll tell you if you ask. So this is Natalia and La Selva de Terror. And that is in the 2080s in the Colombian jungle.
Nice. And I like that cover.
Isn't it awesome?
Yeah.
Alfred was really all about this jaguar. He's like, we got to have a jaguar. We got to put a jaguar in there. and then he's like, okay,
a lion?
The jaguar. And I'm like, no, we're going to do that with the jaguar. And he's like, oh. So that costume was something that I had actually created for a photo shoot before we had discussed this particular story. And he's like, you got to use this and you got to make this a character. And I'm like, okay, well, what do we want to do with her? And we had some ideas. And then there was another story that I had some ideas for. And he's like, well, why don't you combine her in that story? I'm like, oh, okay. And we kind of went there. But it is running for your life all through the night, zombies chasing after you situation.
Oh, nice. Now, do you have a cosplay cover of this outfit?
I do. I sure do.
Nice.
And then I think something's missing, actually. I'm going to have to go back and double check. One, did I go through 4 of them? No, I was missing one. If you'd scroll back up for a minute. So I
think we only went through 3. Or was
this?
No,
there it is. Okay, so The Dwelling of the Dead is a ghost story in Colorado at a place called Bishop's Castle. It is a real castle if you look it up. And it was one of those situations back in the 60s where a guy was like, here's a rock. There's a rock. I'm going to build a castle. And he did. And he just like stacked shit until he made a castle. And it's really cool. You can look it up. It's in Rye, Colorado. And I got the idea for this story from my friend in Colorado who is a professional psychic. And she was telling me about the class she took about how to be a death doula and what that is. So this story is about a death doula.
What is a death doula?
Well, do you know what a regular doula is?
Doula oblongata?
No, it's like a birthing helper.
It's like a birthing coach. They help you give birth. So a death doula helps you to die.
Did you say that, Brian?
Yeah.
God, this guy's brilliant. He knows everything, Kara.
I've had a few kids.
Yeah, I know.
Not me personally, but yeah.
Okay, sorry to cut you off, Kara.
Yeah, Bishop's Castle website. It's real. Yeah. It is. And so this death doula is a woman that helps people to transition into the afterlife. When you're going to die and you're scared, this person helps you to comprehend what's going on in the afterlife and be able to accept your death along with your family in a more comfortable way.
Oh, nice. Well,
it's obviously a ghost story.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's actually being drawn by C.D. Zane.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and then regarding Ruth is being drawn by J.T. Malloy, and then Alfred Lee did Natalia's story.
Oh, excellent. Now, how many pages are each story?
Each story is different, but about 12.
The average, about 12 pages.
Yeah, we're looking at I want to say 9 to 16.
Now, is this going to be Is this going to be like volume 1 in this series?
Yeah.
How is you going to expand on this?
So the next Unstable Frequencies will be more stories,
Mhm.
and they will not necessarily be continuations of these. So the next book is not just going to be these same 4 stories continued. We've got different stories we're going to bring in, and we're going to kind of stagger it, deciding, okay, well, do we want to, take this story and put it in there and then have 3 new stories? So we haven't decided exactly. It kind of depends on the feedback we get from here. But we don't intend to just have these 4 stories move to the next book.
I think that'd be cool because it's almost like seasons, right? Because like you said, it's like Tales from the Crypt, right?
Yes.
But they never continued the stories. It was like a new horror, half-hour horror. How long was that? Half hour? I'm not sure. But it was it was never the same.
Yeah, we watched a lot of Tales from the Crypt, and now every story can end where it ends.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to.
Oh, cool. Nice. That's always a good way to leave things, I think. Always kind of leave it so if you ever wanted to tail back off on something. So, all right, cool. So you're going to have a digital version available as well as your hard copy.
And you automatically get the digital version if you buy in.
Oh, perfect. All right. So what do we got? So you're going to have, you always have like a bunch of different covers, other things in your campaign. This is the main cover right here.
And that's Alfred and Tevin.
Mm-hmm.
Who did that, and we're looking at that being a square bound book.
And then is this a 3D rendering of you?
No, that's Shikari, and Shikari does amazing work. Shikari just does that. Like, he's incredible. And that's a variant cover. It's a holofoil from Shikari. He did multiple covers for us as well. So this is the chic set. And you get all 3. You get the nude and the dress, but then that little lingerie bikini thing is practically see-through, and that is an inks only book. So that one's no word balloons, no colors, just inks.
Oh, nice.
And then that's my cosplay, and you can see there's like a representation of every story. You've got the jaguar, the teddy bear, the ghost, and the bird. And that teddy bear is actually just my teddy bear. So.
Is that your bear when you were little?
No, this was my bear when I was grown, but it's a long story. Like, I didn't meet my dad until like 8 years ago, and he gave me a teddy bear. So it's like, it became the teddy bear that I didn't have as a child.
Aww.
So that's the nude cosplay variant.
All right.
And then, so we have our main books all come in sets. So they're all pretty much Naughty Nice sets, but everything's available as an add-on as well.
Oh, cool.
And so these are Ruth's books.
Mm-hmm.
And if you notice, we really only have Ruth herself on one book, and that is with the teddy bear. And we do not make her topless because she is such a victimized character that, like, I just can't do that to her.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we've got some cool Hedwyn Zaldivar, and we're using the.
I love this right here.
We're not using Naughty Nice because I don't want to get banned from Facebook anymore than I already am.
It's salt and pepper. Does that work? No.
Maybe, but I don't know. That might turn into another issue.
Sweet and sour.
So
Nice.
that's the cosplay Naughty Nice set. And this one's the Natalia story with Marissa Pope and Courtney Rose, and then Alfred, and then the cosplay. And then Dee Dee, the Dwelling of the Dead, that's Alfred, and this is Gaurav.
This is a really creepy cover.
Well, originally he had her face all like, and all the ghosts like, and I was like, no, they're soft ghosts. Like, it was really hard to explain to people. These ghosts are not scary. Like, for her, it's just very normal. CB Zane, love that piece. So good. And then the cosplay.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got bigger bundle packs. So we've got the VIP, where you get all of these covers. And then we've got your basic, one of each. So you have one of each story. And I chose the covers that were the most indicative of the stories, the ones that represent the story the most. The cosplay mega pack, where you get all the cosplay books and 4 cosplay prints. And then the Red Hot Sexy pack, which is all the topless ones without the cosplay.
Mm-hmm.
And we got that Jay Ferguson there, super cool. And then a build your own. So you can choose from all the tier books. You can choose from all the add-on books. You can choose anything you want. If you just want a t-shirt, you can get a t-shirt. If you just want 1 book, if you want 5 books that are all mismatched, you can get basically whatever you want.
How does that work, though? Do they get an email thing, like a thing they have to fill out?
No,
How
there's
do
add-ons.
Oh, it just goes through your add-ons?
You just click on the tier, and it says add-ons available. And you just add on whatever you want.
Oh, nice.
Maybe we need to make a video. So these are add-on only books.
So Kickstarter has their own add-on section now?
They do.
It's out of beta?
And when it was in beta, that was a mess. But no, it is out of beta, and it is running, and it's great.
Okay. Now, will this roll over? Are you going to roll this into Indiegogo too?
It's very possible. I always say I'm not going to do it, and then I always do it. I would like to. We're going to see, because I have to deal with backer kit, and I hate dealing with backer kit.
Yeah.
So these are all the add-on only book covers. Nice. Some of them are new artists. If you notice, we have the heavy metal. You're like, oh, that reminds me of heavy metal. It's like, that's because it's the heavy metal homage cover. So yeah, we've got some fun pieces. Add-ons. You can add on prints. You can add on a t-shirt. You can add on an evil eye. So with the VIP pack, you get your very own evil eye.
Oh, that's cool.
To protect you. And then the stretch goals, we've hit all these. I'm actually working on the next batch of stretch goals, but we've hit all that already. And this is an
Ooh, that's cool.
goal. It is it's an expansion goal. So what that is when we hit the right level, when we hit this certain level, that will open up and become an add-on. Nice. But all the producers will automatically get it.
Now, wait, who did this cover?
Alfred. That's
it is.
Really
okay,
old.
I see his signature. Okay.
Just sketching and playing and sketching and playing and.
Nice. Awesome. You got so much good stuff in your campaign here.
We have so much stuff.
Now, do you have a favorite story in the 4?
Ruth. She's so it turns out I thought that she was one of my first stories, if not my first story. And Alfred said, no, actually, Dee Dee was your first story, because Dee Dee is based on my friend. And there's a bunch of stuff in there that actually does fall under Colorado statutes and laws in regards to being a professional licensed psychic in Colorado. But we pushed it out about 10 years. So unless you know that in depth about the rules of being like a metaphysical guide, you're not going to catch it. So I felt like I could take a little bit of liberties in there.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. So when are you looking to actually get this after the campaign's over? What's fulfillment looking like? When should it be in the hands of the backers?
Possible. I did put August in there just because I know that there are paper shortages, there are toner shortages, there are cardboard shortages. So I wanted to be able to have plenty of time to get everything together. We have 2 stories completely drawn, and one story, well, no, the 2 are completely drawn, and those 2 are in process of being colored and inked. And then the last 2 are being worked on right now, but I want these out of here like ASAP. I would love to have them out of here in like May. But even building a backer kit, it just, you have to like work on it for a while. You go spend 3 weeks in a 72-hour hold. You come back, you work on it for another week. You go back for another 72-hour hold, because that's how infuriating backer kit is.
Yeah, because that's changed, right?
Well, we used to have CROWDFUNDING, and I loved CROWDFUNDING. It was as complicated as it was still better than backer kit. And now backer kit bought CROWDFUNDING and just washed it all away.
Yeah. I mean, wow.
We're give you our garbage instead of the good shit that actually works.
Yeah. I've got a lot of feedback from people on how bad that is now, and they're not even dealing with it. They're like, I'll just take care of my own stuff. Yeah, but no, that's cool.
You can't even build on it because it's such a pain.
Yeah.
We also have some music videos and a CD that's going to come out with this.
Okay.
We have some new songs. The song Unstable Frequencies was on the Fire Bitch 2 soundtrack. but it was for this book. So it was kind of like a little intro. And we've got a whole bunch of new songs going on to this one.
Very cool. Now, with all of your other stuff, the previous books you've done and everything, if anyone is, checking out your stuff for the first time now and wants to like look at all your other work, Fire Bitch and other things you've done, is there a website or anything they can go to purchase these items?
Yeah, 183degreestudio.com.
Fantastic. Awesome. And I'll add that into the link for you guys if
Thank
you want
you,
to
I
check out
appreciate
Kara's
that.
other stuff, because Fire Bitch is really cool. You got to check that out. Interiors are awesome. More of a sci-fi book, humorous, great art, story, everything's awesome. Great cosplay. Definitely want to check that out. Alfred and Kara really put out some great stuff. They do, and there's always a bunch of different stretch goals, unique goals that you can back, and it's guaranteed. I haven't heard a single complaint about any of her campaigns, knock on wood, from any of the backers that I know. That's all. I can only attest for what I know. And I've never heard a bad thing about Kara and Alfred and what they've been putting out for the past 3 or 4 years now that I've known them. So definitely keep it up, Kara. It's awesome.
Thank you.
And Brian, I don't know. Dan, man, let's get you in here a little bit. Let's get you.
Yes,
What are you
friend.
drawing over there? You drawing?
Yeah, I was.
What are you drawing?
I thought I would doodle up a little Dwarves versus Lion piece to support my clan.
Oh,
There you go.
were you drawing the goth being?
No, I was doing that earlier, but
Oh, nice.
let me.
Can you share what you're working on?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do that right now.
Let's do it.
I gotta switch the screen.
Oh,
Dude, what the hell?
what?
There we go. Dwarves versus Lions.
Damn,
Damn.
dude, that's insane.
Maybe I have to back the lion.
See-
I don't know. Kara.
See, see.
I split that little dude.
I was like, wait a minute,
Look
did you
at
just
that.
tear that dwarf apart?
Yeah.
Hang on, let's bring this
Damn,
up here.
dude, that is awesome, dude.
Finishing up
That
the
is
tail.
awesome.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's
This
just
is,
a quick
you've been
one.
doing this just during this stream?
Yeah, well, I drew a couple other ones. I started this one. I didn't finish it, and
I don't like that one. No, I'm joking.
I got some other ones. They're
That's
lying around
awesome,
here.
dude.
They're
Very cool.
They're all of varying quality,
And
but
that's a free giveaway from Dan for
free
the
giveaway.
viewers
Yeah, if
tonight.
somebody wants
What?
it, we could give it away.
There you go. That's cool, man.
So-
Very cool. But let's check out. Let's give your campaign some love. You reached
Goblin
goal, and now
Girl,
you're in
friend.
demand. Goblin Girl. There it
This
is.
right here. This is the classic OG version of the book I did back in 2009, and then ended up publishing it in 2010. And this is available on the campaign as well. The art is not quite the quality that is on the book now, because I upgraded all the art, basically redrew the whole thing.
Mhm.
This is 16 pages. The book now is around 72 pages, 80 including all kinds of extra stuff like covers and things that ended up not getting used. And yeah, so that's my that particular thing. But here's some of the new art from the book.
Up here, man. We got it right here.
Yeah,
Look
yeah,
how
yeah.
beautiful this is. Look at that cover.
Yeah.
That is badass.
So this is actually an
Badassery.
assery. This is actually a page from the book itself. So it's the interiors.
Nice. Now, what's on your drawing table right there? Is that
My
in this
drawing
campaign?
table. Hold on here real quick. I'm trying to get
What do you got
myself
there?
back
What's
here.
this is a page? What are we talking?
Oh, what do we got here? Okay, so this is 2 pages before that page. So
Nice.
I've got this one, it's 2-page splash, and then kind of comes over here. I've got here's some pencils for another page. I don't know if it's super clear. Yeah, it's relatively
Yeah,
clear.
you're relatively clear. Yeah.
Yeah, so I got this wizard dude with his pet goat. And this is the cover to the book, which hasn't been colored fully yet, but
That's awesome.
Jeez, dude.
this is the gray tones version of it, which will be on the gray tone version of the book. So we have the black and white as well as color, because everybody said they wanted to see the gray tone version as well. So we're throwing that in there. Some more
Nice.
of the imagery off of
Dude,
that.
that's sick. That's sick.
That piece. But yeah,
You're traditional, huh?
I am. I enjoy the process of actually doing the noodling, as it were, on the page, So, and I'm faster that way. I'm a little slower at digital. I did digital for 8 years because I worked for a bunch of video game companies, but I like part of the process for me is actually working with the paper and like messing around with the Copics and all that type of stuff. So I get more of an experience out of it as a creator. Also, it allows me to sell pages on the campaign.
Oh, definitely.
If
You know,
people wanna
I
buy
really
'em.
love your style because it's like, I don't want to say whimsical, but it has like a really cool, like, it's like a cartoonish, like just like a magical cartoon-ish style. Like I just love like the fantasy of it. I can't even
Thanks.
think of the words I'm trying to say, you know, but
Yeah, like
It's almost like graffiti, old
Yeah.
school skateboard art. Like
Yeah,
you
yeah,
see
yeah.
that skateboard.
but
some
with a
people
touch
have
of like,
definitely described it as that.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
I
a
like
wizard's,
I
like a
pull,
wizard's magic.
yeah, I pull a little bit from that, like some like old school Mark Bodie, like Cheech Wizard type stuff. Yeah,
I like
wizards,
like a wizard's magic.
Yeah, I pull
Oh, I
a little
sound
bit
gay.
from that, like some like
Like
Don
a
Bluth,
wizard's magic.
like, wizard type stuff. Yeah, I like.
Whose is that?
Oh wow, somebody's. Yeah.
Okay, sorry, Kara. I had to mute you. I think the video is playing through.
So somebody's. Is that again? Is that mine? I can't.
Is that me?
Yeah, you're playing the YouTube video, the live stream. I think the video is playing through. All right. So no, it definitely, the influence here. But this is awesome, man.
Yeah, and this is Billy's colors on my line art. Billy Basco. He's like I've said it many times. Like when I was initially doing this, I was either going to color it myself or was just going to do black and white. And Billy came along, and I did have my friend Matt Yackey that was going to help me as well, but he ended up not being able to fit it in because he had a lot of stuff stacked up. And so Billy was like, yeah, I want to color that. And I was like, first I was like, well, maybe. And then he started coloring some other stuff that I did. And man, he just was like the perfect fit. And like visually, like the color that he's doing is the color that I would like to do, like finished color. Cause he's just like every piece like is better than the next that he's doing.
I love the black and white. I do. I really do love that.
Yeah.
But, when you do see it in color, though, he just adds an incredible depth.
Well, there's other stuff he adds, like that bolt there in
Yeah.
the middle of the page. I was like, man, I'm going to have to go in on my originals now and like somehow mimic that. And he's like, and everybody's like, no, don't do that. It needs to be two different experiences. And I was like, all right. So I left it alone. But
Hiramberg says the art looks a bit like Simon Bisley heavy metal and Penthouse Comics fantasy art. I definitely got you there.
Those are all definitely my pulls for sure.
How did you learn to draw boobs?
It's funny. The boobs thing for me came from when I started drawing. I couldn't draw a feminine face to save my life. They all look like dudes. And so I was like, well, we'll just make the boobs bigger and then they'll be obvious that they're women. But this was like back in the 90s thought, okay, so this isn't like, don't cancel me now. But, so that just happened. And then I got better at drawing more feminine figures. And I started toning it back a little bit on some pieces. And then I had like artist friends of mine and just people that like my art. They're like, where are the giant boobs? There's no giant boobs in this. And I was like, all right. So it's become like, it's like kind of like how Todd McFarlane has Felix the cat and things. I have giant boobs in mine. It's kind of like part and parcel.
Well,
also,
it's kind of part of who you are. I mean, at Boobs and Art.
I mean, I was raised on like Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, and a lot of that stuff. From
I didn't know she was a lesbian. When did she come out? Is that new?
Well, she came out officially this year.
So new.
But if you'd ever gone to any shows, you would know.
Yeah, that's what a couple people told me. They're like, oh, if you went to the show, a couple conventions or anything, know, like
because her manager is her girlfriend. So, and they're both really nice people. Like I've done a lot of. I used to. Well, I sometimes still do some convention stuff, but I started a convention group with a bunch of friends of mine back in the day, and we used to have her as guests a lot. And they were both super nice. Like I really liked. Helping them and facilitating anything you needed at shows because they were always really wonderful.
Well, I know like the book came out and I saw something about it and I was talking to someone else and like, oh no, that news came out like 16 years ago. And I'm like, I don't think so.
Yeah. Well, I think within the core community, a lot of people knew, but it's like kind of like one of those things. It's like, yeah, she is, but whatever.
big
like,
deal,
you
yeah.
like Elvira,
Oh, yeah, it's not a
really
big deal.
Yeah,
But I didn't know. I had no clue.
yeah.
had no
But I
clue.
think like society at large, I guess she like became comfortable with it and just decided that she just wanted. Oh well, she did that memoir, is what it was.
Yeah, she did in
And-
her book. Yeah.
And I think like the people that weren't part of the fan base of the horror community like got the memoir and they were writing their write-up for Newsweek or whoever it was, and they were like, oh my god, she's and then so like that became the thing they ran with.
The horny
forever.
old man out
Yeah.
outlash or
book,
whatever
yeah.
she's having. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, good for her to come out and
Yeah.
be herself.
Yeah.
As long as she keeps dressing like Elvira, I'm cool.
Yeah. Well, it was funny. Well, I don't know if I think she still is, but like, I remember when we got her to come out, we were one of the first shows, or were the first show to get her to do the makeup again. She hadn't done it in like 12 years at the time.
Sure.
Mhm.
And she was like, she wasn't about it. Like, she just thought like she was past her time doing it or whatever. And my buddy was doing all these virtual like photo shoot things. And I wanted to get in and get a photo early in the day because I had to go around and like help sort of be the fix it guy that ran around. If there was any problems, I had to fix it at the show. So
Yeah.
I was getting in there early to get my photo or whatever and get out of there and go about my business. So I got to be one of the first ones. And she was in there. And she's like, cut it in. She's like, bring it out here more. Cause I don't think you want to be so close. Cause you'll see that like I'm looking older in places or whatever. And we were both just like, no, you look amazing. Or like you look like frozen in time. If anything, somehow she looks better now than she did back in the 80s when she did it. Like,
Yeah, that lady's like one of those ageless ladies. You
Oh,
look at
yeah.
her videos, and now there's barely any difference in
even
in
without the
Seriously.
makeup, just as Cassandra, she's stunning.
She's a
Like,
natural
in
beauty.
person.
Yeah.
Yeah, she-
Natural
yeah.
beauty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I mean, because she started doing stuff with Dynamite. She had on Indiegogo, they had campaigns. She started doing her
Right.
books and whatnot.
Yeah.
'Cause I reached out to like Nick and them over at Dynamite, and I was like, "How can I get her on the show?" And they're like, "That's not happening, dude." I'm like, "Well, I thought I'd ask. I mean, she's crowdfunding, but she donned everything on to do the videos and everything. I mean, she looks fantastic.
Yeah. So
It seems like though that's like the world we live in now, though. It's like
Yeah.
as we get older, we're not. I feel like our appearances aren't looking as old as like when you like look back, like, hey, this is a 35-year-old in like.
Well, no, look at
1966.
they did the thing with the Golden Girls. The ladies from Golden Girls were like, weren't they like late 50s?
They were in
or
their,
60s?
like,
yeah, they're in their
mid-50s.
50s and 40s.
And
back
now
in
you
the
look
day.
at girls in their 50s and 60s, you're like, fuck,
Yeah.
damn. Like,
They have that
it's
same
like-
glow
Yeah.
that Dan
Versus
has.
Pot in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. Yeah, it's nuts. Like well, they did like what, the Golden Girls versus the Sex and the City chicks.
Oh,
And they're like
yeah.
they're the same age when they did that show as this show, and like look at the difference. But whatever. Stay as young as you can,
Yeah.
people. Keep it mentally.
That's
and
true.
you'll
I think
have
that's
it
a big. I
physically.
think honestly, I think that's a lot of it. Sometimes is like a like it sounds hokey and hooky, but like positive energy. Like if you stress less, like it's like I think stress
and
a lot
have
of
millions of
things-
dollars to afford the things that do.
Well, there's that too.
that always helps. That always helps.
That helps a bit,
Helpful.
but yeah, I gotta say, all you guys, man, your campaigns are incredible. The art's incredible. The concepts are incredible.
Yeah.
Definitely, people. Kara's been around for a while doing these campaigns. Like I said, trusted crowdfunding creator right there.
Yeah.
You're not going to go wrong. And if you do have an issue, let them know right away, and they will instantly replace anything that needs to be replaced or whatnot. They're definitely about their fans, customer service, great products. Really, I can't say anything better about Kara and Alfred and what they do. They really set a great example for creators out there, and they've been doing it for a while now, and they keep getting bigger and bigger. I mean, shit, like less than 24 hours, you're well over, you're over 30 grand. I mean, that's incredible. Dan, your art is insane. It's fresh, right? We're seeing a lot of stuff in crowdfunding. Your work is definitely fresh. Same with yours, Brian. Your artist is just absolutely incredible. I love the style that he's doing. And I like bringing in these new concepts of how we're delivering, right? because everyone's like, well, let me get my story out there. But now it's also like, how can we change the delivery?
Yeah.
And seeing that, man, seeing what you're doing with some of the things you guys are thinking of, it's like, holy crap, that's fresh, man. I like that. I like that. I think you're going to see a lot from these creators, people.
For myself, I would say like my project, like I do a lot of this stuff, but it's also like the team that I'm with. Like I have Billy doing colors. He's really destroying it. And I was lucky to get Matt Barr, who's working with Richard C. Meyer on Rock and Roll Ninja. And he's doing all the lettering. He redid my logo, and the man is an amazing asset. Like, just creatively, he's unbelievable. Like, power horse of like graphics. And yeah, the three of us together on this is like, it started out as like me. My name was on it. It's like Dan Plegel's Goblin Girl, but it's slowly become like an us thing. So I always try and like bring them on when I can. But
Nice.
yeah, it's a
Very
huge
cool.
effort.
Very cool. I want to thank all three of you for coming on. Dan, thanks for being my special guest co-host. Next time I'm going to be reaching out to Kara. I'll bother her to be a co-host. And Brian, man, it's awesome. I'd love to have you on the stream some more. I got to get you back on, hang out with me and Adam, chatting about books and creativity and whatnot. And also, like I mentioned to anyone out there that's a creator, me and Adam started the review show. If you do want your book reviewed, I mean, we're back in the books. We're reviewing what we back, but we can't afford to back absolutely everyone's books. But if you'd like us to review your book, you can hit me up at scheduling@thepopxp.com, and we'll give your book an honest review. And, hopefully it does, something good to help continue growing everyone's brand and what they're doing with creating out there. So Brian, thank you for coming on. Kara, it's always a pleasure having you. Dan, thank you so much. And that's it for this week for streams. We'll see you all next week. Some new crowdfunding comics. I don't even know what we have going on. I got to talk to Tucci, but we definitely got 3 shows next week. I do. Wow. Thursday is always crowdfunding comics, so you can count on that. Tuesday and Wednesday's up in the air. It's whatever we decide to do. So, but keep an eye out for those promos. Brian, where can everyone go to follow you and what you're doing?
All social media, Aerith Saga, or you can go to aerith.com. That goes to our website. That links to literally everything. You can buy issue 1 and issue 2 of Aerith. You can buy shirts still, and it links to all of our Indiegogo campaigns that are live as well.
Awesome. Kara?
You can find me everywhere at AZ Power Girl.
Perfect. Mr. Plegel?
You can find me on the Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube as Dan Plegel or as the Boob Dan Art. Most places, Boob Dan Art.
Boob Dan Art.
Yes.
Perfect. And if anyone wants to be a guest too on the show, same thing, scheduling@thepopxp.com. We'll be happy to help promote your campaign and give you guys some airtime to push whatever you're working on. So everyone have a great night. Dan, Brian, Kara, thank you again. And we will see you all next week. Have a happy weekend. Get drunk. Trash. Get arrested. Live life. See you.
Hey everyone. Thank you for joining us on PopXP. If you haven't already, make sure to click that subscribe button and also click the bell for notifications when we go live and we upload some awesome new content. Also, don't forget to head on over to Twitter and follow us at @thepopxp and over on Instagram @thepopxp. Thanks again everyone, and we'll see you soon.